So now I'm going to start on this motor. I'm going to start cleaning it. You can see what it's going to consist of to clean this. So I'm not going to sit here and video me doing this whole dang engine block for all that time. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and continue doing it. I'll be back once I get it cleaned down and ready for some paint. Okay, I had no plans to remove that timing chain cover, but unfortunately I had to because I broke the dipstick off in there and I wasn't going to drill it and have all that metal shavings fall inside the oil pan. But I thought it was really interesting. That still has the original nylon gears in it from the factory. You can see it's pretty tight on one side though. So I'm going to replace the timing chain and gears also. I'm here. Why not? I'll put that oil. Caps are stamped. So somebody's been in here. So why would they rebuild this and not put a new timing chain and gears in it? That don't make any sense to me. Well, nice to know it was rebuilt at one time. Get this gasket material pulled off here. Oh, I did find out that these Freeze plugs, yes, I'm old school. They're called freeze plugs. Are made by Dorman, and they are a permanent freeze plug. They're not a temporary fix. If you have a water leak, you can tighten them up, I guess, and they'll seal. I didn't see any water leaks when I first started it, but it's nice to know if I do have one, I can go in and probably tighten these down. This is a degreaser. I'm going to let this soak for a little bit, and then I'll clean it all up. Checking this motor over here on a pad, it looks like it says 8A85. I'm not sure what that means. But back here on the very back of the engine, there's a pad on the block, and the VIN number of the car is actually stamped in that. So, must be the original block for the car for sure. And like I said, I don't know why somebody would rebuild this and not change out the factory timing chain and gears. I'm sure they had a reason or a motive, or who knows. Maybe it was rebuilt long time ago and they wanted to put it back to original using the nylon gears. But I'm going to continue cleaning on this, wiping it down, using brushes on it. And once I get it clean, I'll start masking it off for paint. Okay, got some paint on the motor. Now I'm going to try to get this gear off. I've already loosened up the nut. I'm sure it's not going to come off very easily. Got a little pry bar. Yeah, I think so. Bottom one moves easily. Whoa! Okay, guess it does come off. Nice. Go get the new one. Alright, here's my new one. You know what? If I get too big of a hurry, I'm going to clean some of these parts up. Alright, I'm back. Got my parts cleaned up. See about getting this back on there. Get your dots right across from each other. There we go. Timing chain's installed. This one's aluminum with the nylon gears. It's pretty cool. Okay, next, gonna work on that timing chain cover. Get that cleaned up and get that ready to go. Okay, I've got the timing chain cover cleaned up. It's not too bad looking. So I'm gonna put some paint on here. You saw me put that timing chain on. Don't forget to put the oil slinger on before you put your timing chain cover on. And remember, you still got a seal to put in there before you actually mount this onto the motor. But right now, I'm gonna go put this on, and I'm gonna start painting this. I gotta wash it down, and I'm gonna start painting it. Got my oil pan all cleaned and painted. I'm gonna paint the bolts. And all I do is take a razor blade knife to a cardboard box or whatever, and all you're doing is putting a little cross in there, or an X. Then you stick your bolts in there. Then you can paint them. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint these. Plus, when I turn the salamander on, or the heater, I can hold this in front of there and dry these a little quicker. So I'm gonna get these painted, get them ready to go, and then we'll put this oil pan on. Okay, bolts are painted, they're dry. So I'm gonna go start putting that oil pan on. Okay, I got cork gaskets. So I'm gonna put a small amount of silicone on here. I say silicone, but RTV. Basically, it's to hold the gasket in place. Right here where the timing chain cover meets the block, I am going to put a bead across there, both sides. And line your holes up with your gasket. You have the front and rear seals. They do tuck down inside. You got a little flange on there. I'm going to put a little extra silicone right here at the end. Once you get that gasket on there and everything where you want it, you want to come back, put a little silicone or RTV on your cork gasket. fan on. Get your bolts started. We're going to go around and get all of them started. Like starting the 4 bigger bolts first, the 1/2 inch ones. We're just running them down, we're not tightening them up. Now we'll get the rest of the bolts in. I'll get those started and I'll be back. Okay, now we got them all started, we'll run them down. You're just making them a little pressure on them, you're not tightening them yet. Look at the seals, make sure they're sealing. The main seals in the front and back. Make sure they didn't roll or anything. Okay, looking good. We're going to put a little pressure on these. No, we're not tightening them up yet. Okay, my book says tighten them up somewhere around 8-9 pounds, foot-pounds. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I'm going to do this in increments. First I'm going to go to 5. Now I'll go to 9 and just torque them all right there. There we go, done. Pretty crazy how those gaskets kind of folded up, but that's the way it works. I went ahead and put the drain plug back in, tightened it up so I don't forget down the road. Okay, now we got that done. I'll work on the valve covers next. I'm still waiting on the water pump to come in. You see I got some long bolts in here with a lot of spacers. That was to make sure that was up against there and it's sealed until I get the water pump on. Well, as you can see, made some pretty good progress on this motor. I'm going to have to stop right here. I ordered a dipstick tube that said fit at 289. It's not even close. It doesn't come close to my original. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I might have to go back and try to find a different style or something. It was an aftermarket reproduction, so I won't order from that company again. But I'll keep moving ahead. I'll get these valve covers done, and we'll start getting the other accessories, the distributor, and fuel pump, get the exhaust manifolds done. In the future videos, I'll go ahead and do that. You know, but hey, until then, if you've enjoyed this video and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Later.